What's going on, everybody? And I just wanted to do a video on Cristiano Ronaldo re-signing for Manchester United. Obviously, the other day when I first heard about it, it said that he was going to City, and then it took a major U-turn, and he's coming to United. It is official. It hit me completely by surprise because I never thought he would come back to United, especially since Ferguson retired. I thought Ferguson would be the only manager to get him back there. And now they're saying that he was heavily involved in it, as was Rio Ferdinand. But I thought that still Ferguson would have to be that man in charge at the club in the managerial role. But he's coming back. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is what people expect from him. Yes, he's one of the best players in the world ever and still is. But he's a lot older than he was when he was originally at United. So I'm hoping that people won't start giving him a hard time expecting the same player that we had all them years ago, because he's a lot older now. So I hope that that's not the case, but I do think he's going to come and deliver, because we know he will. He's done it throughout his career at whatever club he's been at. But he's a different player to the one he was when he was originally here. So I just hope that people don't get on his case expecting that old Ronaldo, because he's a lot older now and he plays different to how he used to play. He still scores tons of goals, but he's a different player to what he was. A more cultured player and a better player. But I just don't want people to be unrealistic about their expectations about him coming back to the club and expecting that younger Ronaldo, because everyone ages and that's not his fault. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that doesn't happen. Delighted with the news. As I said, it completely took me by shock and surprise. I'm excited, but saying that, I still think that it's looking short term, because he's only going to be here for a few years until he maybe retires, and I think that we need to be looking to the youth more going forward. Because Cavani's got another year and then he's going to probably be off or retire himself. Ronaldo, who I'm not sure how long the deal is, but do you know what I mean? It worries me in that sense, because it's very this minute instead of looking to the future more. And the fact that it's not a centre defensive midfield role player that we need, that we've been calling out for. I would rather us have got that position dealt with and got a player in a centre defensive midfield role before signing the likes of Ronaldo, despite how good he is, because he can't now go and play in the centre defensive midfield role. Matic I'm a fan of, but he's not been at it really, and he's old. Do you know what I mean? Similar to Ronaldo, they're getting on. I'm not comparing the ability between the two. I'm just comparing the age and looking to the future. And Fred and McTominay are not good enough to play in that role that Matic plays in my opinion. So we need someone in that position more. That should have been more of a priority than getting Ronaldo, in my opinion, despite what a legend and what he left at the club before he left previously. So that's a bit of a concern for me, because we still haven't got that player in the midfield. But it's a great attacking option for us, no doubt about it. And it's should put us in more of a contention to win a trophy this season. But we're still going to have problems in the midfield. So I want to know why that's not been addressed. But delighted with getting him, as I said. But I don't think it was priority. I really don't. And I'm concerned what it's going to mean for Greenwood. Because Greenwood, I think he started up front in the first game against Leeds. Then Martial come in for the up top against Southampton. So Cavani's now going to not get a lot of minutes, I don't think, to what he would have done. And he was performing for us. And Greenwood's not going to be up top a lot of the time, because Ronaldo's going to play there. And now Martial's probably going to have to leave, which I'm not too bothered about. But it's kind of ruffled the feathers a bit. Is it going to click with him and Bruno? Are they one of them going to give up the penalties and just be okay with that? There's a lot of things that play into it. So, as delighted as I am and happy about it, I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plans out, because we need that centre of defensive midfield player. Is he going to clash with people? It's going to be interesting to see. But it should give us more firepower, that's for sure. But the problem remains in midfield for me. So delighted with getting him, as I said. And I can't wait to see how it plans out. But I'm going into it knowing that he's not the player he was when he was younger. He's a more well-rounded player now, but he's obviously a lot older. Keeps himself in great shape, no doubt about it. But he's a different player to the one we originally had. So people's expectations need to be different, in my opinion. So, delighted with the news. Anyway, guys, enjoy the games today and tomorrow. And I'll be back soon with another, probably a prediction video coming up soon. So, see you guys soon.